everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Vanessa and I am an author from Toronto, Canada, and I publish under the pen name A.N. Sage. I write a lot of mystery, some YA, some cozies. I'm working on the darker thriller right now, so the genres are plentiful. And on this channel, I talk a lot about writing. I do behind the scenes of writing. I talk about tools that you can use as an author or as a writer, or a whole bunch of creative stuff, because I am also an illustrator and a designer. And so today we're doing more behind the scenes. So I did say that I'm going to do some more vlogs because you guys said that you wanted to see them, and it's a very, very busy day today. So I figured, why not? Perfect day to get a vlog going. So I'm going to run you through some of the stuff that I have to do today, and then we can see, how much of it I actually get done. It is a very bright day today, mostly because we got a giant snowstorm. And so now all the sun is reflecting off the snow and making it appear very bright and very happy outside, when in fact it is a frigid cold. But my toddler is out for a walk with my mom. The house is quiet and I can get a lot done. So I already had my coffee, as you saw in the little intro, and I am ready to start the day. So some of the things I have to do today. So I do have a coaching client call. If you are new here, you should know I coach authors on their books, sometimes on the first books that they've ever written, sometimes on their 10th book that they've ever written. And I work with anything from genres of fiction to nonfiction. So it's pretty open. And so I do have a client coaching call today coming up. So I do want to get a bit of writing done before that. I am currently working on Killing Grinds, Killing Grinds. What am I saying? Six Brews Under. Six Brews Under is the 5th book in my cozy mystery series. And so I'm working on that today. I want to get a bit of writing done for it before I hop on this call. And I also have a few more chapters that some of my other coaching clients have sent me. So there's 2 more clients whose chapters I have to go through and kind of give my notes on before our next call. So that's going to be in the afternoon, but I'm going to try to do as much writing as I can in different sprints. In between that, I also have a ghostwriting job that I am starting out. And so I am plotting that story out. So, I started ghostwriting. I started ghostwriting cozy mystery and thriller and young adult. And so I am currently working on a project and I'm plotting that out. So that's going to be fun. If there's time left. If there's any time left at all between all of this, my plan is The Things That River Hides is getting a facelift. It's getting a 2nd edition. I'm very excited about it. So we just brainstormed some titles, and I want to do kind of a starter mood board and some ideas for the new cover. And so that's super exciting. So if there's time left, I'll play around with that. I am going out tonight with a friend, mom life, first time in forever that I'm going out. But I am super stoked. And so I do want to wrap up the day a little bit earlier, if possible, so I can just relax and get ready and enjoy my night. So with that said, no more talking. Let's get writing before this call. I'll see you on the other side. So I just finished a little writing session, and I got just under 1,000 words in, and I actually finished the chapter that I was working on. So super happy about that. I have some time left before my call. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down back right there, back at the computer. And what I'm going to do is work on a little bit of the plotting for the ghostwriting, since I'm kind of like in that mindset of writing. And then after I do my coaching call, I'm going to hop on and work on all the coaching clients, and then I can do some more writing. And I think between that and the writing that comes later, I might be able to do another chapter today, which I'm kind of hoping to kind of bring me up to par where I'm supposed to be, so I don't have to work too much over the weekend. So let's see what we can do for the plotting for my ghostwriting project, and we'll go from there. So I got quite a lot done. I finished about like planning about 5 beats, and we're just at another big turning point in the story. So I'm pretty happy about that. But I have 4 minutes to get on my call, so I'm gonna hop on the call. I'll kind of keep you guys maybe here, so you can kind of hear it. Obviously, I won't show the screen because I don't want the authors on the screen, but you'll be able to see me chat for a bit, and then I'll come back and catch you up on what my plan is for the rest of the day. See you soon. How are you? I'm good. How are you? I just finished the call. I'm just chilling on the bed for a second just to relax. I'm completely flushed. It was so hot, and I have to wear, as you probably saw in the email, I have to wear these giant noise canceling headphones so I can obviously hear the clients better, but they make me super hot. So that call is done, and now I'm going to take a very quick breather, just get another coffee in me, and then I think I'm going to go back and plot a little bit more for the ghostwriting project, just so I can get through everything and only have a little bit left tomorrow, and send that over to the client so that I'm done with all of that. And then afterwards, what I'm going to be doing is writing some more. So I'm not going to record me plotting because you kind of already saw that, and that's probably very boring. But the next clip you're going to see is me writing, possibly in this bed, because I need a change of scenery. So we'll see you, and let's see how many words we can get done. Okay, that was actually surprisingly successful. I did, let me just check, about 900 words. So that's like a pretty decent sprint. Usually I can do around 1,200 to 1,300 words in an hour, and that's with like thinking and taking little coffee breaks in between. So I worked about 40 minutes, I'd say, and I did about 900 words, so that tracks, and they're good words. I'm happy with them. I have probably another like 1,200 words to go in this chapter, so I can finish it off. I try to aim for chapters to be between 2,000 and 4,000 words usually. Some of them are a bit shorter, but for the most part, that's where I sit. And so to get through, I mean, just to fill you in without giving spoilers, but in this book, Piper goes on vacation, and it's a romantic getaway with Joe, her vampire boyfriend. So they're obviously going to stumble on a murder scene or a dead body, as happens in cozy mysteries. So they're solving this whole murder mystery while they're there. I'm not giving any more away, but in this particular scene, it's kind of like the first big clue that gets discovered. And Joe is gone. He left for a second, but so it's Piper and her ghost familiar, and they're about to go and investigate and discover the first clue. So I just got it to the point where they're about to go and on the investigation. So it was like a bit of a setup. I also needed to do some more hints to back home in Orchard Hollow because they are on vacation, but I don't want Orchard Hollow to be forgotten because it's still part of the whole, obviously, series. And also I had to do a nod to Harry Houdini the raccoon and kind of mention what he's up to back home, which is never anything good because he's a little troublemaking rascal. So that's where I'm at with that. Now that I have a bit more writing under my belt, I mean, it's pretty decent for the day so far. I think I can get through this chapter. And so if I can get through this chapter, that means I would have done 2 chapters in a day. And that for me is kind of a big high. So that's great. So I do need to take a break. I have those coaching clients, those 2 clients with 2 chapters that they sent me. And so I need to go back to the desk, which I'm going to miss this bed. But I do need to go back to the desk, and I do need to get through some of my comments and my edits and suggestions done for them because they're waiting on me to finish up. So I'll do that, and then I can do a little bit more writing, and I think I might be able to work on the cover like I wanted to. I'm very excited. So that's kind of my reward, I think, for the day. I do try to reward myself with certain things that are still work-related, but for more fun to do as like a little break. Because when you write for a very long time, it gets tiring, and so it becomes very much like a job. Especially because I either am writing for myself or for someone else. And when I'm not writing, I'm editing either for myself or for someone else, or I'm doing like developmental notes and things like that for either myself or for someone else. And so to break that up, I have been slowing down a lot on the kind of like the design factor of things, just because, I mean, everything that's happening with AI has been not great for a lot of cover designers. So as people are, doing AI covers, which is to me a whole other conversation, but it's very, very baffling because you can't copyright that. And we don't know where it's going to end up years from now. And also a lot of them look really AI and like not great, right? So like as a reader, when I see that on a book, I will not buy the book just because it makes me question what's inside, right? But that's a personal opinion. So everybody has their own opinions on this. And I have my own. I'm not bashing AI or whatever it is. I'm not, opposed to the future and the movement of technology, but I do have my opinions in certain things. So with that said, on the creative side, on the more art side of things, I have been slowing down a little bit because the landscape is changing, and I just want to see where it is first before I keep pushing and pushing for this business. And also because I've gotten very busy with a lot of coaching clients and the ghostwriting now and my own books, and like a lot is happening, right? And I have like very big plans for my own books as well that are not just kind of where I'm at right now. I want to be working on a writing course. Like there's a lot other stuff that I'm working on, a lot of projects and balls that I'm juggling. And so the design has taken a backseat, but I do love designing covers. Like I just absolutely adore it. It's such a love of mine. And so for me to do it for myself and kind of for a book cover for my own books, a book that is very dear to my heart, is very exciting. And so I'm treating it as a reward. So for now, let's push through these client edits, and then let's get some more writing done, and then maybe we can work on the cover for a little bit, or at least brainstorm some ideas. Yay! Okay, that is done. I feel good about it. I've had some really good notes. There's a lot of thoughts that I had to add to the document. And so now it's off to the authors and they do their thing. And then we can like hop on calls if they need to, or we move on to the next parts of the book. So essentially, the way book coaching works, and I can tell you how I'm working on this. So some of these authors are nonfiction book writers. And so they send things to me chapter by chapter. I have a few authors then send me the full manuscripts because they have it completed already. Then what I do is I kind of go through it. I look at the big picture as a developmental kind of coach. And then we hop on regular calls as they go through editing. So I will send them sections where I think they can improve or things that we can do a little bit better. And they go through on their end after we talk about it and we brainstorm and we come up with some ideas to improve the book, basically. So it's essentially almost like working with like an agent or an editor. But what we also do is we hop on calls in between if they're stuck, if they need accountability, if they just need somebody to bounce ideas off of. So these are all things that I do with my clients, and everybody needs slightly different things. And so it will vary from client to client. But that's kind of the bulk of the job. And so right now I am working on chapter edits. And edits are basically looking at the chapter, looking at the big picture, seeing how the pacing is, where the flow should go. When it's nonfiction, I look at things like maybe some of the sections are not working the way we should. I make suggestions on where I think we should pause and discuss and see if there's other things that we can put in those sections instead, and things like that. And I also have a couple of calls later on this evening, actually, because I do try to open my schedule here and there when clients need it. But I have a couple of calls this evening right before I go out, actually. And that's going to be more of not so much brainstorming, but more breaking through blocks. So another thing that I do with some clients is when you get into a block, and I know what this could feel like when you're writing and you just don't know how to move forward through something. And so we do certain exercises. We try to do writing sprints together about completely different things. Sometimes we read together. There's different exercises that we go through to kind of get through that block. And if that all fails, what we do is we sit down and we talk it out. So we talk through the book, we figure out what the next steps would be. We could skip a section, we can move on to the next thing, we can write about something completely different. So there's different things that we try to do. I also try to give different examples of things they could watch, read, notes that they can make on certain things, places they can go to kind of work through their writing blocks. So have a couple of those very quick calls today in the evening before I go out, and then I'll be free for the day. But right now, because I am kind of free of all the client-based stuff, what I'm going to do is write some more words. I am determined to get through this chapter. I'm determined for Piper and Stella to find this clue. And so that's what I'm going to make them do. And afterwards, I will see you here before we go and play with some covers, hopefully, if there's time. See you soon. I did it. I got to the end of the chapter. It was about close to 1,200 words, so maybe more like 1,150 or so. I haven't looked at the exact number, but the chapter is done, and that's kind of the goal for today. I wrote 2 chapters. It's a massive day for me. I'm pretty happy. I'm looking like a hot mess. I feel like my appearance in these vlogs just like slowly deteriorates as we go through the day, but such is the life of somebody who works from home and works for themselves. We don't always have to look super nice. But looking at the time now, I might still have maybe 20, 30 minutes left before I have to hop on those calls and then start getting ready. So So I think I might be able to do a little bit of brainstorming for the cover, but I don't think I'll get to do as much as I wanted for it. And so I'm going to end this vlog here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I do try to do more of these kind of behind the scenes so you can see what a working day looks like for me, because a lot of times it is hectic like it was today. I mean, today was specifically hectic because there was so many different projects going on, but I think for the most part, I jump in between different projects usually. And so writing is never just like a full day adventure, which is fine. I'm getting more used to sprints. I know you've heard me talk about it before. I was never a person who sprints, but turns out now I have to be. So let me know how you felt about this vlog, if you enjoyed it, what you thought of it, if there's anything surprising about how I work, and let me know what your work process is like when you are writing, especially if you have a million things on the go like me. So as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me for the day. I hope you stay magical, and I will see you next week for another fun video. Bye!